Today I'm going to be finishing up the harvest of 10,000 bulbs of garlic. So if you want to see the entire process, be sure to stay tuned.
Before I get the tractor hooked up to this, I figured I'll explain it to you. That way it's not so loud and noisy. This is not actually a garlic extractor. This is a plastic lifter, and it's not even ours. This is our cousin's. But anyway, how it works is this is usually made to pick up one row of plastic. You go right through here. This shoe and this shoe will pick up the plastic, or lift, or not really pick it up, but just, you know, lift it from being down in the dirt. And then those discs there, and there will go down through. This one will cut the plastic in half, and this one will dig it up on both sides. Works very, very well. I've used it for plastic and I loved it. But now for garlic, it works as a 2-row digger. So this shoe goes under one row, this shoe goes under another row, and then these discs end up cutting a lot of like the viney weeds that we have within the row, which make it really nice, especially for these guys to help just lift it up without getting caught or any debris getting in the way. And then this guy, again, just works as another cutter of the vines or whatever it may be, because there's obviously no plastic and it doesn't need to cut it in half. And then we also threw these like 100-pound weights on the back here and here, just to give it a little more weight to really shoot it down in the ground. That way we're not skimming any of that garlic and cutting it in half. So I got to the field, I did these 2 rows, and I had a little bit of trouble just because of the weeds. I had to set these discs down in further. And once I did that, it cured all my problems. It's just the biggest thing is that when these, I'm not even sure what you call them, start getting wrapped around the shoe, what happens is it doesn't do a good job and it picks it up out of the ground, and then you're cutting garlic off. So when I set them down in, they cut the weeds off perfectly. You can already see on that left side there, I'm getting a lot of dirt. I'm gonna stop. This side is doing perfect. You can see not a lot of dirt is on top of the ground, but this side, when you start seeing something like this, you know something ain't right. And so it's doing a perfect job still, pulling the garlic up just like I want. But the whole issue is this right here. It's just got so much weeds wrapped in around it that it can't do a good job. So I gotta pull these out. You know it's doing a good job when you look back and the garlic looks like you never even like dug it up at all. Obviously you don't want to go too deep or you're not even going to be helping yourself out, but I'm not. If you watch closely, you can see how the shoe goes up under it. The garlic comes up a couple inches and then kind of goes back down. Then you can get out and just pull it right out of the ground with probably just 2 fingers. If you tried pulling it out of the ground just by hand without any kind of tillage underneath it, you would need 2 hands and it would take almost all your strength to pull that out of the ground. They're just rooted in so well. On to the last row, finally. I did those 2, these 2, and now this is just a single. So the garlic is out. Where you gotta start getting some of our wagons emptied off, like that one right there, and into the barn just for storage because we're running out of wagons. And so Mom and I have been working on getting everything out of the barn. We had our feed grinder and hay baler in there. We had the Vicon right here. And so now we have a nice path back here. And then Mom was in the process of getting a bunch of just loose hay, straw, and old garlic tops from last year out of here, which there's still a couple left yet right here. And then we can finally start bringing loads in. We'll fill up this whole section here and this whole entire section right here. The garlic is still not completely dry, so you can't pack it tight or put too much on top of each other, or it's gonna actually mold instead of dry. So we try and let it on the wagons for a couple days and then get it in here to finish drying. The eggplant are growing like crazy. Peppers are doing really good. I think these are banana peppers. That's just kind of weird how stubby these first couple are. Couple weeds here and there, but not bad at all. The cultivating has been doing a great job. It's just in between the individual plants is where the weeds are. But now that I got the garlic pulled up, the guys can come through now and start getting this out of the ground. Just like before, they're gonna come through, shake that dirt ball off of there, just like that. And then they'll put them on piles throughout the field, and then we'll come through with the wagon and pick everything back up. But like I was saying, with 2 fingers, well, it's a little bit hard, but you can pull a bulb out. And again, that was a monster bulb. So I'm really not upset that I couldn't pull it out with 2 fingers. With the rain, it did make the mud a little bit chunky, but that's what we're looking for right there. And like I said, we'll throw that right in a pile and it's good to go. While I was digging that garlic up, the guys have been either weed whacking or washing baskets, or doing both at the same time. We always like to wash everything from year to year, just in case it has any kind of like debris or mud. I just got out here to the farm market. I wanted to stop in and just make sure everything's looking beautiful, everything's stocked full. Dad just got here with the corn. Probably gonna unload some and then we're gonna take the rest to the Blues Fest. I wanted to come out here now and look at the zinnias. They're all out in full blossom with about 5 or 6 different shoots coming out on each one. You got yellow, orange, here's red, purple, pink. I don't know, that's like a light pinkish. Here's a different colored or shade of pink. Here's white. Not every plant yet is flowering, but they're very, very close. Took a lot of time and a lot of effort, but we finally got them looking good. Here's the corn. It's beautiful. See if I can open one up here. That's about as pretty and tender as it gets. 4 bins. We might actually run out for more. I just didn't want to get too much and have it go to waste. We're just getting set up now to bring the garlic in. We have this little wagon here and that big one back there. Dad and I just started bringing some tables over from the greenhouse that we use for plants. This is basically how we're laying it out. Tables going around the whole perimeter and then in the middle. But first we got to get this old junk out of here. And then again, we'll put tables all the way up here. We got 1 up here and 1, 2, like 4 more down here. But they're calling for rain and we got a lot of equipment outside along with the garlic. We got to get in a hurry. All right. So the 2 wagons are finished up. I really have no clue what we're gonna do with the rest of it because we have over the same amount again to go in here. And this is all the room we have left. So we're thinking we might actually use our plant racks because you can get a lot of bulbs on each rack and they have holes in them to air out. So that might be really nice to use. It's our first full day here at the Blues Fest and we just got set up and ready to go. You can see this is all the vendors. Well, not all of them, but a good portion of them. Over here is the food. We got the big truck with the logo for advertising. Sammy made a big sign here, just roasted sweet corn. My mom's car is here at the moment because she had to get sweet corn for the farm market because we sold out. And this is what our setup looks like. I just restocked the fire, so it's kind of smoky. But we got like our little setup here where everybody sits down and we just kind of chat and do whatever. Got my wood pile back there. The whole setup here is we have a cooler with all of our corn in it. Keeps it nice and hot. And then this is the main table with our sign. saying just the price. And then here we have liquid butter, salt. We have 2 different kinds, of hot sauce, which is from the neighbor right over there. Then we have Old Bay and pepper. The plates kind of stick together, so if we're not real busy, somebody will kind of just separate them, makes it easier and faster. And that's basically it. And hopefully in a little bit when we get some customers, I'll show you exactly how we do the whole process. All right, so the first step is getting our corn. We have our burlap down in a stainless steel pan. We're just gonna set it in there gently. The water is extremely hot. And I never even counted how many I can get in this thing when it's full. Okay, well that is north. It's very important that we keep a lot of water in there, because if this pan dries out, it's going to warp. And we'll take it covered. So the corn's been on for 10 minutes, now we gotta flip it. Just rotating at 180 degrees. You can see how it's light green, and then it's like a yellowish. And you just hook it back in and wait another 10 minutes.
Like putting a baby to sleep.
Yeah, it's hot. Hot and steamy. You ready?
She had things there. I told her, I said, I'm secretary of the day. I'll be back. I had a good report. You gotta put that some good music down.
Yeah. Can I get it off the sauce one? Oh, okay. Look at that.
Drop the lid.